Hello and welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith and we are deep inside the mansion in a secret area where William has recently found 3 items of pretty good importance, I think. King James Bible, incriminating evidence, and the brass key, which we found in a study located behind a secret wall inside the library, which was right here, and we were able to find that by deciphering kind of like an elder signage type pattern in order to unlock a door that allowed us to get into this study, which then I found an urn here, which I didn't want to touch because it asked me whether or not I wanted to break it, and that sounds like a terrible idea. Sounds like something horrible would happen, so I just didn't do it. Ran into this room, checked out the desk, and was able to acquire all 3 of these items over here, which is very good. The thing that I forgot at the very end of the video was I was so excited by all the stuff I was doing in this study area here, I didn't even remember whether or not Father Mateo had gone yet. So I double checked that before starting this episode, and I, in fact, didn't go with Father Mateo just yet. So let's take his turn before we move into the mythos phase. So what do we do with him anyway? I guess the biggest thing we want to think about is healing would be good, but he doesn't have anything in his available pool at the moment to heal. So he just needs to kind of maybe just start exploring, essentially, and seeing what he can find. I really hope he doesn't end up getting himself killed somehow. But we're going to go ahead with a movement. I'm going to go move 1, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on this and see what that is first before I go into it. You suspect the unmarked door leads to a bedroom. Okay, so that one leads to a bedroom. What about this one down here? Where does that lead? A withered door stands at the end of the hall. You hear bizarre noises from the other side. When you try the handle, you find the door is locked. A keyhole says, Oh, this is where I need to go with William. William, you need to go from the study. You need to go over here right now. But you're so far away. Okay, so yeah, I could send. Now the thing is, I don't want to be in range of William. So if William starts coming down here this turn, his paranoia will trigger if he's in the hallway where Father Mateo is. So how about we get Father Mateo into this room? So my first action was to move, but I only used up 1 of the 2 movement I can do. Now I'm breaking my move action to do a second action, and I'll explore into this weird bedroom. Hopefully I won't find anything awkward going on. What do we find? The door opens into a bedroom that seems modest compared to the decor in the rest of the mansion. Discard this explore token and place the bedroom 2 tile as indicated. Okay, so we found ourselves a bedroom. That's cozy. What else is in this room, I wonder? That's not right. Let's see. Sorry guys, as I leaf through my tiles here trying to find bedroom number 2. Found. Okay, so this is the tile they are referring to, and it sits like so, perfectly situated. The explore token now is going to be discarded, and we're done there. Okay, so let's see what else happens when we go into this bedroom. And what does this say? Near the door, a small writing desk holds an immense book. Place a search token there as indicated. Okay, there's a gigantic book. I don't like reading that much, and based on what's in this house, I don't know if I like it. In the far corner, a large chest sits next to the master bed. Place a search token. Okay, cool. It's over here. What are we going to find over there? Is there anything else? You may move 1 space. Perfect. So what I can do is I can continue. So first off, I'll take that I can move 1 space. Now, essentially all my actions are burnt, but I do still have 1 movement remaining that I can use here if I want to go further in. So this one here was an immense book, and this one here, I kind of forget off the top of my head what it was. It is a heavy chest. Ooh, heavy chest. That is regularly moved. I like that. Let's go for the heavy chest. So I'm going to move again. I can't search at this turn because I've used up all my actions, but at least I'm there. So I'm close. That's it, guys. That's the end of the investigator phase. I'm going to go ahead and hit... I'm going to trigger this now, and we'll see what happens. Please don't be bad. Please don't be bad. The room gets very cold as the lights become blindingly bright. Your ears pop as every light in the room burns out. Place darkness in each space in the study. Each investigator in the study suffers to horror. Okay, so essentially bad things are happening in the study. So I'm going to go ahead and place... Did it say tokens in every room? Place darkness in each space of the study. Yes, so we get a darkness token here. That's these things right here for those of you that don't know. It just essentially looks like a burnt out lantern. It's focusing really terribly. So I'll put that there. So we got 2 of them in there. And because I'm in one of those studies, or at least William is, not me. Sucks to be William. He's going to take 2 horror damage, but his willpower plus 1 can negate it. He's got a 4 for willpower, plus he rolls an additional die with the Holy Cross, plus a 1 from the check. That's 6 dice. So he should be okay as long as we end up getting enough to stop the 2 horror. We got it. Perfect. We got the 2 Elder Signs we need. That horror negates everything there. Great news. What's next? A robed figure appears from the side door and begins searching around. Upon seeing signs of other people, the figure yells, "There is someone here." You hear a muffled response from another part of the estate. "Get rid of them. Spawn a cultist as indicated." So another annoying cultist has just shown up in this area here at the front door. He will not leave us alone. The cultist moves 2 spaces toward the nearest investigator, then it attacks the investigator in its space with the highest agility. There are no monsters in the space. So if it's moving 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator, we got to make some checks here. So we got to double check. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to Father Mateo, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're equal. When something is equal distance away, from my understanding, without any other specification on what it does, I believe we get to pick which way it goes. And if we go ahead and choose which way he's going to move, I'm going to choose him to probably come towards William, as he can take any combat damage that this cultist can deal out. So I'm going to have him go 1 and then 2 to get him into the hall corner area. Now, there's no investigators in this space he moved to, so no attack's going to happen. Then it says each investigator must resolve a horror check against a monster within range with the highest horror rating. Awesome news is both of our investigators are in back rooms there's doors, and this range would only occur from the cultist space down the hallway, 1, 2, 3. So only people in this hallway area would be affected, so we are okay again, thank goodness. I'm hoping that this ends the Mythos phase. It does. There shouldn't be anything else because there's no attack being made. Perfect. Okay, here we go. We're back to the investigator phase. Well, now guys, we got our work cut out for us. We need to get back out here, and we need to get to this room over here. We also got a cultist who's trying to be a pain. We do have the King James Bible. So this says, you are another investigator within range, and we discard 1 face down horror. Now, I have to be within range. The nasty thing with that is he's got paranoia. So if he gets within range of anybody and he ends his turn, he's going to freak out. And whenever you freak out, you flip a horror face up, which is nasty. I could go after the cultist to gain a clue if I killed him, which wouldn't be bad. But you know what? I could just try to book it towards that door. Now, with my movement, I could go 1, 2, and then I could use another movement to go 1, 2. That might be the best thing to do, just to get him all the way over there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'm going to go 1, 2 to get him all the way to the other side of the hallway. Hopefully far enough away from the cultist. And even if the cultist comes after me, now the focus is on... the good thing is the focus is on William, which is perfect because William's the guy who can handle a lot of the damage and things like that. So that works out pretty good. Now we can go to Father Mateo. Ow. So let's see here. Father Mateo. Oh yeah, that's right. He ended his turn and wasn't able to search yet. So let's see what's in that chest. A heavy chest sits in the corner near the bed. You notice scuff marks on the floor that indicate that it is regularly moved. I'm going to search it. And it says, you drag the chest across, if you could speak properly, Adam. You drag the chest across the wooden floor and hear an audible click. You look under the chest to see a small alcove in the floor holding a jumble of electrical wiring. You seem to have triggered something, and now you can hear a steady ticking from within. Oh God. You attempt to rewire the device to stop the timer. Tap to attempt the puzzle using your observation. Oh my gosh, he's got a terrible observation. Oh my gosh, he's got a 2. That is really, really bad. Oh my dear. Okay, so essentially what I'm trying to do, the goal of this type of puzzle is to get the blue column into that section right there. So how am I going to do that as quick as possible with as least amount of moves as possible, knowing that I only have, I have to use my observation to do this. Let's see, if I slide that up and I slide those over, I can slide that down. So I can go, slide this up for 1, slide this over for 2. Close it. Then I'm going to click on it again. And I'm going to use it as an action. I'm going to do it again with my other 2. And I'm going to go like this. Whoop. And I'm going to go like this. Down. And the blue one across. Solved. Okay, here we go. What's going to happen? Puzzle completed. All right, good. That's good. I probably stopped it. Oh, what? You definitely cut wires and twist others. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Together to reroute power. As the ticking stops, you hear a click from the other side of the wall out in the hallway. Gain 1 clue, then discard the search token. Oh, okay. So I gained a clue, and there's a click from this door, meaning that I've potentially opened the door even though I got the brass key. I may not need it. I might have actually rewired the house to open it up anyway. And then we discard the search token. So that search token now is gone. So I guess that's a different way, maybe an alternate way to get into that room. But I used both of my actions to do so. So now my turn is done, sadly. So I'm going to have to go ahead and end the investigator phase with William York near the attic door, and Father Mateo did his 2 actions to defuse whatever bomb and wiring he was doing over there, which ended up rewiring the house and unlocking a door. The cultist is still in the hallway. Let's see what happens next. Here we go. Something moves in the darkness. Oh, great. This Mythos event affects each investigator in a space containing darkness. Oh, thank goodness. So I'm out of the darkness, so that's not going to happen. So no effect. Good news. The cultist moves up to 2 spaces to be adjacent to as many investigators as possible, then it attacks the adjacent investigator who suffered the most horror. Great news is he's only moving up to 2 spaces, so he's coming towards William York for sure, regardless. Technically it says, yeah, he just wants to get closest to or adjacent to anyone, but he's only going to be able to get to here. He's not able to attack me, he's too far away. So that's great news. Let me just double check the underside of him to make sure. Yep, it's just story text. It says some ordinary people devote themselves to extraordinary causes, some for good and others not. Classic. All right, and we'll go ahead and says cannot move to be adjacent. Oh, I see. It says cultist moves up to 2 spaces to be adjacent to as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the adjacent investigator who has suffered the most horror. Either the monster attacks or it cannot move to be adjacent. Okay, so technically, oh shoot, when it says adjacent, ooh, quite. That's a good point. Now, the word adjacent to me sounds like it could be in the tile beside me. 2 spaces are adjacent if they share a border, a door, and oh, nasty. So he actually is adjacent to me. So he is going to attack. The cultist's hood slips back, revealing the face of an old friend. What? With a gesture, your friend invites you to follow. Oh my gosh, that's weird. Okay, cool. So we're gonna, yeah. So we're gonna use our will to follow this creep. It's a will of 5. What the heck? I did not expect that. Here we go. We just need 2, please. We got it. All right. So it says if you pass, you shake off the hallucinations. Oh, I see what's going on. Essentially, he was just trying to mess with us, and we used our will to overcome it. Okay, perfect. So we avoided that little trick. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range. The only one within range, because there's a door here, Father Mateo's okay, but William is not, so there'll be a horror check for William. So we'll resolve that right now. The cultist wounds peel back, exposing rotting muscle and frail bones. Suffer 1 horror, and I can negate with my will. So my will is 4. Oh, shoot. I just realized that I think I rolled, on the last one, I think I rolled using Father Mateo's 5 will. No, sorry. He has 5 will as well. Never mind. I did it fine. He has, William York has 5 will. He's got 4 here and 1 for his cross, so never mind. I thought I did something wrong there. But this is going to be a horror check against, we're suffering 1 horror, we can negate it, but 1 horror is going to flip up, so that's kind of nasty. And it's going to be a will check on William York, so we got to 4, and we got the cross as well to give me an extra 1. So hopefully I can negate this. I did. Okay. But I have to, it says then flip 1 horror face up. So regardless, I have to flip, oh, it's a horror. Nasty. All right, well, here we go. Minor shock. Your heart races and your breath catches in your throat. Resolve immediately, no additional effect. Flip the card face down. Nice. So I'll have to shuffle those again in the next, I'll leave them like this to show that I need to shuffle them. Awesome. All right, so we did not have anything happen to us there. What's next? Are we done? Awesome. So that's the end of the Mythos phase. Thank goodness. back to the investigator phase. All right, so we are, right now, currently, we've got Father Mateo up there in the bedroom number 2, and we've got William York next to the cultist. I kind of want to get away from the cultist, but it might be worth my while to do something as well. I do have the King James Bible, so it says, you or another investigator within range may discard one face down horror. So I could get rid of a horror card, which wouldn't be a bad idea, but I'm also not really suffering from that much damage just yet. So maybe that wasting a turn on that doesn't seem all that useful. Maybe I should just try to explore. So if I click on that door first to see what it is, a weathered door at the end of the hall is cracked open. You hear bizarre noises from the other side. Let's do it. Oh wow, that's a huge tile. As you open the door to the unfinished attic, the stairs and walls creak as if exhaling a breath of dusty air. Everything in the room has been pushed to the sides, and a massive circle of runes has been carved into the floor. Discard this explore token and place the attic tile and a wall as indicated. Wow, okay, so we found something. I don't know what it is, but we found something. So we're gonna have to go to the biggest tiles because this is gonna be a large scale tile. Sorry with my wonderful arm being in the way. It is an attic tile. I think I found it already actually. That is really cool looking. So this huge tile is gonna show up right here where, wow, that's really cool. It's massive. So this really big tile in the attic here. We'll pick this search or the explore token and throw it away. We also have to deal with putting what looks to be a wall because this actually isn't going to be a passable place. So according to the app, we're using this particular token. So we'll put that there to block up the wall. So it's a completely enclosed room, but it does have different sections of it. So that's really, really interesting. As you open the door to the unfinished attic, blah, blah, blah. So we've already done all that. We can hit continue. What's next? On the far side of the attic, furniture and other random items have been pushed up against the wall. Among the items, you spot something useful. Place the axe common item as indicated. Nice. So there's apparently an axe in this attic somewhere. That's really cool. Well, not somewhere. We know exactly where it is, but it looks like it's 2 spaces away from us from where we came in. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can find it roughly. So I do apologize in videos coming up in the future. I'm definitely going to alphabetize, or whatever. That was a terrible pronunciation of a word. I'm going to definitely put these in alphabetical order in order to avoid trying to search through my deck for 50 years to find an axe. So this is going to go right here as something we can go pick up, and that's an action that we can do, is to pick things up or drop things. So very, very cool. What else is going to happen in this room? Hopefully no bad guys. 2 robes. Oh great, I just jinxed it. 2 robed figures stand across from each other over the ritual circle, chanting. The one nearest to you seems to be in some kind of trance, hardly acknowledges your approach. Spawn a cultist, okay? So we've got another cultist in the mix here, and he's gonna show up basically where that axe was. So he's here, and he's chanting away like a weirdo. And we'll go ahead and hit the continue button. What else? The other figure lowers the hood of his robe and points at you with an ornate dagger. What are you doing on my property? You are meddling in things you do not understand, and you will die for it. Spawn a priest of Dagon as indicated. This is William Vanderbilt. Oh wow, so William's gone off the deep end real quick. What does he look like? I don't actually know what that character is. Let me just see if I can make that out. I cannot. That is really difficult to make out right now. So I'm going to hit continue. I'll put him there in a second once I figure out what figure they're referring to for him. Oh wow. William Vanderbilt begins chanting a heinous incantation that causes reality to warp and shift. A terrible fish-like creature slips through the fabric of reality and into our world. Spawn a deep one as indicated. Oh geez. So there's a deep one that just spawned back here behind us, of course. Wonderful. Things are getting real nasty now. Oh my dear. Elsewhere in the mansion, a second horrifying fish thing breaches the barrier between worlds. Spawn a deep one is indicated. Okay. This is where things are starting to get a little out of control. Very, very cool, but a little crazy. So we got another one coming through at us this way. We're really getting surrounded. And I'm sure there's more, right? Oh my god. The pungent scent of rotting fish precedes the third amphibious monstrosity that slips into our world with a splash of salt water. Spawn a deep one. Okay, that's a tad over aggressive, I think. Way to go, William Vanderbilt. You really figured out how to use magic. Oh, and that really sucks because it's actually in the same room as Father Mateo, so he's going to have his work cut out for him. Wow, okay. Is there anything else? The ritual circle on the ground is scattered with candles, skulls, and other trinkets. If you could get these ritual components, you could stop the cult's vile magics and have enough proof to condemn the Vanderbilt family. Place the interact token as indicated. So if you can get these ritual components, we need candles, skulls, and other trinkets. Interesting. Okay, so I do have candles. Skulls I don't have. Other trinkets I don't know if I have yet. But yeah, we'll see what happens. You may move one space into the explored area. So I could have William walk in there. Might be a good idea, might not be a good idea, I don't know. Being in a hallway is probably not a good idea, so I'm going to go ahead and take that opportunity to move into the attic. We're going to head in there, even though it's probably not a good thing. And we'll hit continue. You must interrupt the ritual taking place before it is complete. Oh. Okay, so we also got to put this token here as an interact token in this area. Lots of stuff there. Wow. Okay, so that's craziness. So essentially, this was the beginning of the investigator phase, and I chose to crack that door and run in there. So I think this is probably a good time to just catch my breath, slow down, potentially stop, and just try to figure out a decent strategy to move forward with. So I am going to stop right now. I'm going to do a little bit of shuffling with my cards, get everything all organized. I'm not changing anything when I say shuffling. I'm just shuffling so I don't know what's what anymore. And again, now we've got this whole layout situated. William, all he did on his turn essentially was just open the door and that was it. So the moving into here was part of the app's design. It's for free. So technically I still have another action with William to use, and I will use that in the next video. Father Mateo has other problems with this gigantic deep one who currently wants to murder him, as well as many others coming after everyone as well. So I am going to stop the video here. I think this is actually really, really cool. We've opened up a whole new area of the mansion, as you can see. And who knows what's going to happen in the next videos, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough. I certainly am. The game is very, very cool. So until the next episode, guys, thanks again for watching. Hit the like button if you like what you see, and I will see you later. Keep on rolling solo.